20-year-old North American black bear. Life expectancy for bears in the wild is only about 8 years old. In captivity, on average, black bears live 20, brown bears 25. So yes, she is our little old lady. We've tried to convince her she's retired, but we have a rule. Whoever comes up first comes in. She made it before Gruff did, so she is here. And everything we do is in slow motion, and that is perfectly fine. She is an orphan from the wild. She came from the Saskatchewan area. She was only a pound when she arrived, and unfortunately her den had been destroyed by seismic. So she, over the years, truly has been an amazing ambassador bear. She's educated thousands of people about bear safety, conservation, taken part in a ton of research, and she is just amazing regardless. But she is a black bear, so remembering that color and size mean absolutely nothing. When we look at her, what do you see that's different? Yeah, there's no big dip or indentation in this forehead. They're straight across their forehead. No hump! It's just not there, is it? No, black bears are straight across their shoulders. Why? Because black bears have short, curved, sharp climbing claws, not long, straight, blood-digging claws. We're going to see if Angel will show you. Like I said, nothing happens really fast with Angel. And she has the hairiest feet on earth, so I actually have to help her so you can actually see the claws. Do you think that you can show them your feet today? She's like, yeah, hold on. I just gotta get situated. There we go. All right. Short, curved, sharp climbing claws. Thanks for participating, sweetie. You're good. That's all you need to do. Anything else? The ears are bigger. Nice job. They are bigger in proportion to her body. Black bears do also have very short, even fur, and I know it's hard with her right now because she's still, shedding out that winter hair. She's a little delayed this one, but that's her business. So that's how we know that a black bear is a black bear. Now, if we were actually traveling out in bear country again, maybe we came around a sharp bend, we weren't making enough noise, and we bumped into a black bear. Does anybody know what we're supposed to do then? Stand your ground, be big, get loud. Yeah, you guys are all right. So black bears are actually what we call a flight, not a fight species. So with them, we can get bigger, we can get louder, we really can get significantly more obnoxious and tell that bear to get out of there because they're normally scared of us. An exception to that, though, is if you have a predatory black bear attack. They're very rare, but when they happen, they are very, very serious. Those are black bears that maybe had hunted, stalked through the woods, broke into your house, tent, or cabin, and in that situation, you do whatever you have to get out of it because they really do mean to harm you. Now, he's still there. All right. Anybody here watch movies? Yeah? Has anybody ever seen a bear do something kind of like, hold on, it took me longer to get back here than I planned on. Have you ever seen a bear in the movies do something kind of like this? Oh. Thanks, dude. What is he not doing that bears in the movies do? Why is he not roaring? Bears don't roar. Movie business likes to bamboozle people. You know how we're always told our whole lives, don't believe everything you see on TV, it's not all real? It's not all real. Yes, they can stand up. Yes, they can open their mouth. No, they cannot roar. That is completely made up. They make tons of vocalizations, but that is not one of them. Before we head out to the other bear, does anybody have any questions? Yes, sweetie. Why is her hair long? It's just because this is what we call her winter coat. This is her winter hair, and she's shedding. See how it just comes out like that? Yes, so it's just dead hair that just needs to keep coming out and coming out and coming out. But if you look at the rest of her, it's very short and even. Angel has a thyroid condition. She's on medication. That affects the quality of her hair. But when you're old, sometimes you have to take pills for things that just change the way you are inside. And that's okay. Told her again before you understand that. I love how people are laughing because y'all are there too, right? Yeah, who knew you had to take stuff when you get older? Yes. Pardon, honey? Oh, Gruff is 10 years old. He's a spring chicken. He's a punk. What do we call him that? Because he is. Yes, sweetie. All bears in our climate hibernation is a defense mechanism to starvation. So they go to sleep in the winter so they don't starve to death. Even here at the park, the bears hibernate in the winter because it's really, really healthy for them. On average, they lose 100 pounds, and bears actually have the ability to heal during hibernation. So Angel having a thyroid condition, that can't get healed through hibernation, but her thyroid doesn't do anything in the winter, so she doesn't have to take medication in the winter. Pretty cool, hey? Yes.
Where do they hibernate here?
Wherever they want to.
Oh,
They
okay.
dig their dens and they go to bed, with the exception of Angel. It comes hibernation time, and Angel comes up, she looks at us, she's like, all right, zookeepers, go get my box, bring it in here, and I'm going to sleep in that. Yeah, she's attempted in her entire life to dig 3 dens. She has failed 3 times, and she really does look at us and be like, yeah, you're going to provide me something to sleep in, right? And we go, of course we're going to. So she really does have what looks like a box, a wood box, with a door in it for her. We fill it full of straw, and she goes in there and hibernates. The rest of them go underground. She's like, that's not me, I'm special.
Yeah.
Yes, Betty. The stork, he was too heavy, couldn't carry him, fell out. No, honestly, Gruff has an absolutely horrible story. Gruff came to us at about 5 months old. His mother had been poached. He had been taken, passed from household to household for approximately a week. We don't know exactly how long or how many homes he ended up in. But by the time he made his way here to us, we almost lost Gruff to something called capture myopathy, which is toxic levels of stress that can completely shut down the system. It was completely unfair what he had to go through. And yes, that is what we call scent marking. So Gruff is an intact male. He has scent glands on his back, and he likes to make sure that everybody knows that is his tree. So all that black oil, you see that in the wild, you know you have a black bear spending a decent amount of time there, and it's probably a male. Would we like to meet one more bear? All right, well, one person was right on that. We'll listen to you. It's only takes one for me. If all y'all want to follow Ash again, she'll lead the way. Is Berkeley. Berkeley is now 6.5 years old as of July 17th. She came to us from a facility in the States. Her parents were really young, younger than brown bears typically are for reproduction. Therefore, they were not expecting any cubs at all whatsoever. However, oopses happened, and, well, it did. Bears have cubs in January and February during that hibernation, and male bears, it doesn't matter if they're captive or wild, do destroy cubs. So the male had already destroyed Berkeley's sibling. They knew that if they didn't take her, she was going to end up in the same fate. So they did, but raising a bear cub takes 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for a very extended period of time. And they weren't in the situation to do that. They knew who we were, what we do, and they contacted us and asked us if we would be willing to take her. They obviously said yes. She came to us, and she will remain here with us for the rest of her life. Now you might wonder what we're doing. The main reason why we train here at the park is for the animal's medical benefit. So you've noticed they can open their mouth big and wide. That's actually just so we can check their teeth and make sure they're nice and healthy. They are trained to allow us to listen to their chest with a stethoscope, take their temperature. They're trained to pee in a cup, and they're trained for voluntary blood draws. When we take blood from the bears, there is a beautiful vein right under my thumb that we draw blood from. And this is actually the position Berkeley sits in for her blood draws. Each one of the bears does it a little bit differently. But the hardest part about doing the blood draws is sitting still for 2 minutes. Can you guys imagine what the toddler is sitting still for 2 minutes? Right? Same thing though. So we practice all the time, but we don't want to actually draw blood like extremely regularly. So we learned that doing the paintings mimics almost everything we do as we do with the blood draws. I'm holding Berkeley's foot. We would do that, hold off for doing the blood draws. We don't use an elastic like they do on humans. And then we're just manipulating and mucking around back there all the time. The paint even kind of simulates the alcohol that we clean with. And it's just different smells and textures. So it's a great way just to maintain the behavior. But it's also really cool because you get to make paintings. And one really neat thing we learned about Berkeley when she was very, very little is that if you put 2 of her back feet together, it actually forms a heart. And anybody that gets to know this bear, well, they know that she steals a piece of your heart. She doesn't give it back. So it's just kind of special and unique. And of course, those paintings will also be for sale with our other paintings, I guess on sale as well today, I heard. If they weren't, they are now. So if you're interested in table. He's the handsome man in the fanny pack, taking up his next modeling career, looking for a photographer. Nobody's been a taker yet, but he's the man you want to talk to for that. And they will be held up in just a second. Yep, you hold your own foot, because I don't want you to paint me. Belinda does a good enough job of that on her own. Good girl, Burke. And those are the big things. That's enough sitting still. It's not for her, it is for me. All right, do you want to show everybody how big you are at 6.5 years old? What? You have to tell me something first? Or you just need those because they're in my hand? Oh, you didn't stretch enough. Oh, sorry. Okay, we got to give her a minute. She's got to do some more stretching, apparently. You got to get those hammies ready for how big you are. I love how you're holding one, but not the other one. My hand doesn't help you stretch your hammies. All right, now can you show everybody how big you are? That big! Good thing you stretched. Show them how brown bears break things. Yeah, like that. They use the weight of their skull down through their shoulder muscles into their front feet to destroy stuff. Do you do it again? Wow, look at you. You could have broke a whole orange. That's so impressive, Berkeley. Burke, what do you think of people? What do you think of people? Oh, they're stinky people. If we could all smell as well as bears smell, I am pretty sure we would all think that us humans are stinky. You be pretty? Oh, you're so pretty, Berkeley. You need to hold hands again. Yeah, she goes, I'll just stretch out my hammies again after all that hard work. Trust me, if any of you want to know how well that works, you try holding your toes, lifting them straight up like this. You'll feel the stretch. Oh, I was staying away from the paint. I forgot. She was like, yep, your problem. You want to do anything else? No? Okay, sounds good. Any other questions? Yes, sweetheart. Why do bears shed? Oh, that is a really good question. So in the wintertime, bears grow really, really thick hair coats. Kind of like us. We put our winter coats on in the winter, right? And in the summer, we take our winter coats off, don't we? Well, they shed their winter coat, their really thick hair, so they're not as hot in the summertime. That's a good question. Yes, sweetie. Out of every bear here, which is my favorite, I don't have a favorite. I like them all for very unique reasons. Berkeley is the one that is most emotionally attached. Gruff is the one that I've honestly learnt the most from. And he's extremely intelligent, very high drive when it comes to learning and working. Angel's just a pretty bear. She's just a cutie. Boss is the derpy, like, I'm here. And he makes you smile no matter what you do. Like, you can't look at that bear and be angry. And then Piper is my little sass pants. You gotta love her for it. Some days not as much as others. So yeah, they're all different. Yes, little man. Can bears kill you? Absolutely. Well, yes. Yes. What about them? Billy is a grizzly bear. The one that looks like a grizzly bear because we learned about that. Cool. He is 12 years old. He came to us last July. And honestly, the reason he came to us, he was used in the film industry, and his trainer developed the worst form of dementia after like sustaining a blow to the head. I don't know how he did it, but a blow to the head. And so he himself ended up in a care home, not able to look after himself. So Billy needed a forever home, and we were apparently the best option for him. And then Musqua, she is the white-colored black bear. She's also kind of identifiable because she has blonde hair. She came from Assiniboine Zoo many years ago. She was also an orphan from the wild, and actually, one of those stories that makes you sick to your stomach, kind of like Gruff. So her mother was a beautiful black-colored black bear. She was this cute, white, little, snowy-looking thing of a cub. Well, people seen her. So everybody told everybody where she was. People started meeting Mom on the side of the highway. Her mom was hit by a semi-truck. So she then went to Assiniboine Zoo. And unfortunately, had she not ended up in the zoo at that time, she would have been the first bear hunted too, because it is a place where you can hunt bears. So in some ways it did save her life. Her mother gave up her life for her. And then Assiniboine Zoo, a number of years ago, started doing a big construction program because they are working with polar bears, providing forever homes for orphan polar bears. I don't know all the stories of every bear, but that's what they were doing. And Musqueam and Brunswick, so she originally came with another colored black bear, Brunswick. They lived together, and the stress of the construction was too much for Brunswick. Musk was okay, but then they also needed the bears to not be there because they needed to eliminate the enclosure they were in. So again, they contacted and asked if we would be willing to originally just babysit them, and after 7 years of babysitting, they said, do you just want to take permanent ownership of them, because I don't think they're coming back here. And Brunswick is actually past of old age. That's how long we were babysitting for. And Musqueam now is 19 years old, 20. Thank you, 19 years old. So she's also, may not be here forever either, even though we want her to be, like all of them. Yeah. Sweetheart, did you have a question?
Which kind of a bear it is?
What kind of bear is Berkeley? She is a brown bear.
Brown bear.
Yes. Yes, little man. Yes, you. Do you have a question? She is 6.5 years old. How old are 6-year-old bears? How old are 6-year-old dogs? How big are 6-year-old dogs?
The claws.
Her claws! Thank you. I was like, I don't know what dogs have to do with this. Thank you, thank you. Berkeley, could you please hold your claws up in the air? Like you don't care? There they are. That's how big her 6-year-old claws are. Sorry, little man. Thank you for translating. All right. If anybody has any other questions, please do not hesitate to ask any of us. We are all happy to answer them. We do also offer photos with the bears. You do need to pre-purchase your ticket, again from Mr. Jaden, the beautiful motto over there. Happy to help you. We will start with Berkeley. We can do photos with Angel, Boss, and Piper. We need to know how many